What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of The Casey Way. Today, I'm going to be talking about one of my most favorite places on earth, and it'll probably surprise you. So if you haven't heard me say it before, I have now traveled to more than 40 different countries all around the world. Grew up in South Africa. I live in Australia. I've been through Asia. I've been through Europe. I've done America. I've been all around the Caribbean. But there is one place that really stands out to me, and that is one of my most favorite, like my happy place. Like, you know, when you go there and you're just like, this is my happy place. I absolutely love being here. And this is a place called Sun City Resort in South Africa. Now, Sun City is, oh gosh, it's so hard to even describe Sun City. It's literally this mini like Vegas in the middle of nowhere in South Africa, like the middle of the bush. Actually, if you've seen the movie Blended was a movie with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. That's filmed at Sun City. And we used to go here as a kid. My grandmother had timeshare here. So we used to go here for weekends away. It was about a 3.5 hour drive north of Johannesburg. So we would go in Johannesburg, like when we lived in South Africa, we would go to the beach once a year. We'd go to the bush every other weekend. But then on the rare occasion, we would go to Sun City. Now, Sun City, basically, you drive in, it's like I said, the middle of nowhere. You drive through these huge walls and huge gates that just let you in. Like, you just drive into this amazing, like, world, basically. And it is beautiful. And then Sun City has, like, 5 different resorts. Like, it is massive. It is massive. On the property, like the land that is Sun City, there's 5 different hotels. There's the Palace. There's 2 golf courses. There's a whole Waterworld theme park. There's 2 casinos. There's endless amounts of restaurants. There's all that, like an indoor like activity center. There's a cinema. There's everything, like everything that you would need to have the most amazing time is in this resort. Now, it's massive. To get from one side to the other, you have to take either like the Sky Rail that drops you off at all the different hotels, or you've got to take a bus. Like, you've got to get the bus to all the different areas or wherever you want to go. Now, the Palace is like right up there. Did I mention it had 2 golf courses? If you're a golfer, you've probably seen, and you watch the PGA. I think just recently they played over in South Africa, and they show the best shots of like the sky, like drone footage of Sun City, and it's just absolutely stunning. If you're not driving right now and you have access to your phone or your laptop or something, Google Sun City Resort South Africa, and you can follow along and listen to me and have a look at it as I go, or definitely like go check it out later. Now, Sun City was created by a guy named Sol Kerzner, a Jewish South African guy. He's actually the same person that has Atlantis in Dubai and Nassau. Oh, I can't believe I've been there so many times and I can't believe I lost the name. Atlantis in Nassau. So it's the same dude that started Sun City in South Africa. So when we always stay there, we always stay in one of the hotels called the Cabanas. Now, the Cabanas are like self-catered little huts, like individual little huts and chalets, like all the way down the bottom of the resort. It's the most affordable accommodation on the property, but it's beautiful. Then at the Cabanas, they've actually got like a river there. They've got this like massive river where you can hire like little paddle boards. You can go with the boat and go like wakeboarding. Actually, I think they still have you can wakeboard and you can ski, but it's like this electric thing that like pulls you around in a circle, so you don't even need a boat. So they've got that there. Up that end as well, they've got this massive walk-in aviary. They've got these quad bikes, like a quad bike track, so you can hire quad bikes and go on this little quad bike track. So that's like down that end. Then as you move further up, they've got a restaurant like called the Cabanas, and they've got the Soho Hotel. Now these 2 hotels have casinos in them. So if you want to go to the casino, and different restaurants and like beautiful pools, like these awesome infinity pools that you can just swim forever, and you swim under waterfalls. And there's one restaurant that when I went back the last time, you go and sit, like you've got to walk through the waterfall and then you sit just behind it in like your backdrop while you're sitting having lunch lunch or dinner is this beautiful waterfall, which you can see on my socials. Like I still got a photo of that there. So it is genuinely one of the most incredible places on the planet. Then when you make your way all the way up to like towards the palace. Now, the palace is probably like the main feature, the main thing that you see. Now, you actually can't go into the palace unless you are a guest of the palace or you've booked to have dinner there. So the last time that I went back to South Africa was the last time I went back to South Africa was in 2013, and I went with my partner that I was dating at the time, and I took him there, and I was like, okay, we have to go for dinner at the palace so that we can get a tour of this place. And luckily the door guy that we met when we were making our reservation, he was like, yeah, like book your reservation for dinner, and then like I'll show you around. Like when you come back, I'll show you around and take you and show you the palace and things like that, which is really nice. So we got given a little bit of a tour around, and we got to go up one of the towers, and we got photos like standing at the top of the tower looking out at the rest of Sun City. Like it's absolutely incredible. So if you do ever go there, make sure that you do book to go eat. If you can't stay, it's very expensive to stay in the palace, like actually stay there, but you can go for dinners and lunches and stuff there. And if you've watched the movie Blended, like that's where they have all their meals, like their breakfast and stuff. Like most of it's filmed inside the palace, but obviously they have all those extravagant rooms and everything in there. So definitely go there. We went and had dinner there, and even though we were at the palace, so like it's super expensive to stay there, but because you come over with like foreign currency, like we had Australian dollars, the whole meal we had like 4-course meal, champagne on arrival, bottle of wine, everything. It only ended up being like $50 a person. Like for all of that, we were just mind blown. Food and drink in South Africa is like the bomb, like so cool. So anyway, that's the palace. But then just behind the palace is the whole water park and water theme park. Now you walk in there and you've got to go over this bridge. Like the bridge is one of the coolest things. So to get from inside where like the casino is and the whole entertainment center is, you walk outside that over this bridge. Now it's called the Lion's Bridge, and they've got like these big statues that are up on either side of the lion, the bridge. And then there's like a cave where they say that there's a lion inside the cave, and every hour on the hour, you'll see everybody will gather on the bridge. They say that the lion gets hungry and it calls for food. So they have this like artificial like big roar and everything, and the whole bridge starts shaking and all the statues start like emitting smoke, and it's a whole spectacle. So every hour, and you see like the floor like cracking, and it's really, really cool. And as a kid, I remember seeing this as a kid, like number one, I think the first few times freaked out big time, but then it's like the coolest thing, and you always want to go stand on the bridge on the hour to hear the lion call. And when you're a kid, like everything seems real. But even you can be a big kid, be a big adult and be a big kid and go there and absolutely love it. And then you get to the theme park, and then they've got this huge artificial wave, like this wave pool area. So it's an artificial beach with like this big thing of water, but I think it's like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, for 5 minutes, they create these artificial waves. So it literally like sucks the water back and gives you a full on, wave crashing, and it's so much fun. And then they've got this lazy boy, and then obviously all these big slides, all the big like tunnels and slides and tube slides and everything, like a whole watered theme park. And then they've got this lazy river where you literally just go get tubes, and you all sit and you all link up on each other. You grab a drink, you grab beverages. There's bars along the way. You grab a drink while you're sitting in the lazy boy, and then literally it takes you about 20 minutes to get around the whole thing, and you can just keep going around and around and around and around. Like it is so much fun. And usually during holiday times or school holiday times or events and stuff, they always have like on the beach there, with the main beach, they always have DJs and they have games and parties, and it's just the facilities in themselves is unbelievable. Like it's honestly one of my most favorite places on the planet. And then if you go a little bit outside, so now there's literally nothing around Sun City other than the bush. You're in the middle of the Pilanesberg bush. So you can go on different game drives. And I used to, as a kid, we used to do this every other weekend. We would go to the bush and go on game drives. But since I'd been in Australia for a little while, I started to appreciate them a lot more. I was like, I really want to go. And I obviously wanted to take my partner at the time. I wanted to take him on the game drive with me. So I was like, yeah, no, let's go. And we booked it, and they put you in, there's like the cage, and then you get your guide, and he's got a whole gun and everything. And you're driving around, and we got to see lions, and we got to see elephants, and we got to see wildebeest, and we got to see hyenas, and we got to see all sorts of different things. So right outside the doors of Sun City, you get in a game drive, and you can go. I think we did like 2 or 3 different drives, so we could, do some incredible, like see some incredible things. So that's what a lot of people ask me is like, and it's on your list. Like if you want to go to South Africa and you want to do, see the wild animals, you have to go on a game drive. But then if you go to South Africa as well, like I always say this, you cannot go to South Africa and not go to Sun City. Like it is beautiful and there's so much to do. One of the other things we did last time was this like zip line. They take you right up to like the top of the mountain, and at the top of the mountain, you get this like beautiful view over Sun City as well. And at the top of Sunset, at the top of the mountain, and then they strap you in, they like lay you flat, they strap you into this, like it's one of the longest like zip line bungee things in the world. Like me and my partner were like strapped side to side, like laying on our bellies, and then they go 3, 2, 1 and let you go, and you're going for like 5 minutes. I think they say you get up to like 160 kilometers an hour, like shooting down this this zip line all the way to the bottom, and then they catch you at the bottom. Like it's absolutely incredible. So yeah, that is one of people often ask me, like, because of all the places that I've traveled around the world, people often ask me what's your favorite place, what's your favorite country, which is really hard to answer because I love so many different countries for so many different things. Like I love Rome's one of my most favorite places on the planet. I also love the islands, all the Caribbean islands. Like it's hard to not, Caribbean and Bahamas, like it's hard to beat that. I love some of the cities in the US. Like I just love so much. But always when I'm asked that question, the first thing that comes to mind is Sun City, South Africa. So if you have gone there before, I would love to hear what you think about it. Or if you are planning a trip to South Africa eventually, when the world kind of calms down, please, I implore you to go check out Sun City. You will not be sorry. You will not regret it. Anyway, that's my story, another South African story for you guys today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you connect with me on social media. I'd be happy to share with you some of our photos from South Africa, feeding giraffes and going down that zip line and riding the water slides at Sun City and standing at the top of the palace and having dinner in the palace. Like I've got all the photos and so much fun. If you've got any questions about it, please also do feel free to reach out and chat to me. And yeah, I can't wait to hear about your travel stories. All right, guys, that's all for today. I will see you on the next episode of The Casey Way.